of attorney, healthcare directives, and living wills. Those are the 5 documents that we're talking about. Most people will have 2, 3, maybe one of those. I submit to you that you need to have all 5 of them. And by the time that I'm done, I think you will understand why I say that, why I encourage you to have all 5 of them. So let's talk. Why is estate planning important, and why should we engage in estate planning? Uh, you have a family, you have people that you love, you have organizations that you love, you have businesses that you carry on and you want to see go on after you're gone. Those are all good reasons to engage in the process. Another really good reason that people like is it avoids probate if you do it the right way. And most people do not want their family to go through probate. So I say, if you love me, if you care about me, then you will engage in this process. If you love your family, you'll engage in the process, because our goal here is to help you. Our goal at McWhorter Law is to help you avoid the chaos, the courts, and confusion. And believe me, when you pass away, we see all 3 from people that you don't believe that you would see it. It could be your children, your other relatives, it could be creditors, it could be your business partners, but it happens. And you need to know that it happens. And the best thing for you to do is to get ahead of it, right? If you love me, you'll engage in estate planning. So let's talk really quickly as we go through each one of the documents that I think that you should have. You need to have a power of attorney. That's the most powerful document that you can have. That is the most powerful document that you can have. That is for the living. It is not for the dead. The will, the trust, all of those things go into effect after you pass away. The power of attorney is effective during your life. And a matter of fact, it dies when you die. And if I was in church, I'd tell the congregation to repeat after me, it dies when you die, because people get confused with that. The power of attorney is that document. It's a financial document. On it, it says durable power of attorney, meaning that it begins from the moment you sign it until the moment you pass away. Okay, the moment you sign it until the moment you pass away. So that document is all about your finances. This is what you're saying that the agent that you give permission to can handle if you become incapacitated, or if you're in the hospital and you, for whatever reason, can't pay your bills. They have the right to handle your finances. And there's certain things on there that you will initial, because the court says, no, you need to initial those because they are very important. That person steps into your shoes. They can go change your name on your bank account. They can, anything financial that you can do with your business, they can do based on that paper that you will sign called the power of attorney. And the key thing to remember about that is you need an honest person that you can depend on, that you know is going to do the right thing by you and your money and your family. Okay. And the second thing is to know it dies when you die. That's the power of attorney. What I want to do is also to encourage you. I don't know if there's a place for you to put questions in a chat that may be appropriate, or we'll have time, a little bit of time afterwards. But that's your power of attorney. The next thing is your healthcare directive. You go to the hospital, you get a healthcare directive. They give you this document to sign. That document is signed by, you're going to sign it, but guess what? That's the document that the hospital has had their lawyers do for them. As your attorney, I will provide you with the health care directive for you that is in your best interest. Your child, something happens to you, your child, your husband, they get to bring that and say, listen, I want my mother's records. I want my mother removed from this hospital for whatever reason. I don't need to explain why, because I have my healthcare directive that says I am in charge. I'm her agent, and I get to make those kinds of decisions. So as a result, I don't have to wait. I don't have to go through changes. I present that. Even when she goes to the doctors, you can put it on, let them have it there so that they can put it in their records so that it's available when it's needed. Usually with that healthcare directive, we also do a living will. A living will. I've talked to people and I say, what do you think of living will? Well, that's your will while you're living. No, it's not. Actually, what that is that is the will that determines and says to the hospital whether you want to be placed on some type of artificial insemination, whether you want to be placed on a life support system. right? And you get to decide that. Many of you, you don't want to decide that. You think it's going to make you die, just like a lot of people say, oh, if I sign this will, start working on that, you're going to make you die. Well, let me just stop right here. Let me just pause. News flash. Whether you engage in the process or not, you are going to leave this world. None of us came here to stay. I don't know what your religious preferences are, and they really don't matter because, as we all know, at some point, we're going to leave. And what we're trying to do today is to prepare ourselves and to prepare our families for that day. Okay, so that living will says to your family members, whoever name you put on there, 2 names that you put on there, you can put one name as the person who will make the decision. You can have another person as an agent. You can let the 2 people decide. But what you want to do is make people who are going to go and make a decision based on what you said. They're going to present that paper to the hospital if you're placed on, you're sick, and they're saying there's nothing else they can do for you. Now, there's some people who say, no, 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 I want to live as long as they let me live. Other people are like, no, I don't want to be laid up in a hospital like that. I'll tell you what my mother said. My mother lives in Wauchula. I'm from a small country town near Tampa, Lakeland, Winter Haven, Florida. My mom said to us, her children, and it's so funny, it was about 4 years ago during Thanksgiving time. Thanksgiving is a good time to talk about estate planning, believe it or not. My mom said, she told us what she wanted, what she was going to be doing. And she said one thing that she did not want was to be placed on life support. And we thought, okay, if that's what you want, it's fine with us. So what she just did is she took it out of the hands of her 6 children, because you know what would happen if it's 6 of us. 2 are gonna decide they want her off. 3, the other, 4 are gonna say, "Oh, but Mama wouldn't want this." Well, now that we have Mother's paper, we don't have to fight over that. We don't have to debate that. She has told us what she wants, and it's in writing, and you will get that as well with your documents. It's called a living will, and that comes with the packet. And I'll tell you, for me as a lawyer, I don't enjoy giving people, you say, oh, all I want is a power of attorney. Oh, all I want is a healthcare directive. That's not good planning. And as a good lawyer, I'm not being a good lawyer to you if I give you those dockets, give you 1 or 2, because you need them all. And believe me, it's not about money, but it's about making you, assessing you, your situation, and providing you with what you're going to need as you live in this world. So the power of attorneys for the living, healthcare directive goes to the doctor. You give it to your moms, your dads, your hospital, your doctor that you frequent most times. You give it to them so they have it on file. Tells them what they can do, what they can't do, who they should reach should there be an issue. Okay, so that's those documents, and that's the healthcare directive that will go with that document, the living will as well. Now, let's talk about the will. A will, obviously, is you putting in writing what you would like to have happen upon your passing. Who will get your stuff? Who do you want to have your stuff? So some of you, I'm sure, own your own homes. Some of you own businesses. Some of you own properties and things like that. Well, who's going to take over those things when you're gone? Who's going to take over your house? What if you're single and you don't have anybody? Who's going to take over that house? Some people say, oh, the state's going to get it. The state. Listen, people, the state does not want your house. They're not in the business of collecting people's property and houses and things like that, even your bank account. They're not in the business of that. So they want you to engage in this process, although most Americans do not. Some, depending upon what you read, some say 60 to 70% of people don't haven't engaged in the process. I want you to be somebody who engages in the process. Uh, Ann McNeil wants you to be someone who engages in the process. Your family wants you to be someone who engages in the process so that they can avoid probate. How do you avoid probate? You should know that a will goes through probate. A will is the judge's way of looking over your document, your will, and saying, let me look over this. I'm going to oversee it. This is what Sherlon McWhorter wanted to happen based on what she wrote in this will. If you don't, I don't know how many of you are on here who has a will, okay? I don't know how many of you do, but I want you to know, take note, I want you to know that all of us have a will. Everybody on this Zoom has a will, because you know what? whether you did it yourself or not, the state of Florida has completed one for you. Everybody in the state of Florida has a will completed by yourself or by the state. If you don't have one that you did, the state has one that they've done for you. And you might not like it. You may not like it because what the state is saying, and it can't be changed, it is the law written in stone. The state says that Sherlon McWhorter dies without a will. She has her husband gets it all. She has children outside of the husband, and she has a house. The husband gets to live in the house until he dies. Yes, he gets to live in that house until he dies if he elects to, and my children will get it after he passes away. Yes, that is a fact. And so it's certain things like this that you may not know, and I'm certainly happy to be here to educate you on these things and look forward to having some conversations with some of you so that I can discuss them further so that you can understand about your will that you have that the state has prepared for you. I don't know about you, but I don't want the state telling me what to do with my property. The state will decide. You may have a daughter. You adopted she and her brother when they were 2 years old, but maybe you did it informally. A lot of times that's what we do. The mother couldn't take care of them. We took them in and we've taken care of them and loved them like our own. We're the only mother that they know. Guess what? If you don't have paperwork on that child, you raised them for 20 years from a baby. Now you don't have paperwork. You cannot. They will not inherit anything that you have unless you have a will. If you have a will and you put their name in it, then they get it as somebody that you're willing it to. But according to the state of Florida's will that they have for you, it is only your children that were born to you and those that you have legally adopted. So if you didn't legally adopt them, then no, they won't get anything other than what your family choose to give to them. Very important that you understand these things. Some of you have blended families. What do I mean by that? You and the husband married, I don't know, maybe your second marriages, and you have children outside of each other. Now you've brought those families together, you've blended them, and you guys get along very well. You blend it very well, right? Which is a good thing. However, you blend it well, but according to the will that the state of Florida has for you, those people aren't going to be included. His children won't be included when he's gone in that house or in your part. So again, blended families, you have special needs, and we want to talk to you about how to deal with those special needs. It's very, very important. Okay. So that is the family structure. That is, you have a will, whether you know it or not. I want to encourage you to get your own will so that you will get to make the decision. I don't know about you, but I want to see, what happens is estate planning allows you, I'm really not that bossy, but I do like to tell people what to do and how to do it. So as far as my family is concerned, I want to be the one telling them from the grave what to do with my stuff, when to do it and how to do it. And the best way to do that is through a trust. Right? So you have a will, but no, a trust is even better because it does not go to probate at all. If you have a will, it's going to probate. The judge is going to oversee it. If you have a trust, it does not go to probate. In that trust, you will be over your trust as long as you're living. That's your trust, the Sherlon McWhorter Family Trust. It is my trust. I will put my firm in there. I will put all the things that I own that I want to give to somebody, any monies. I'm a Delta member, Delta Sigma Theta. I'm going to have them in there because I want to donate some things to the sorority so that they can continue a scholarship in my name. All of those things are going to be in that trust. And I'm going to go to the lawyer. The lawyer is going to complete that trust at McWhorter Law, that law firm. Yes, they're going to complete that trust for me. And when I get done, when they give me that thick piece of paper, it's a thick thing. It's very thick. That's why you pay so much for it. But guess what? It's going to avoid probate, unlike the will. And I am over it. I'm the trustee. I'm the grantor. As long as I'm living, it is mine. I can change it anytime I want to because it's revocable. There are two kinds of trust, revocable and irrevocable. Most of us, not all of you, okay, may need a revocable trust. I need a revocable trust because I may want to take my money out. I may need my money for something else. And the only way I can get it is if it is revocable. If it's irrevocable, it is there to stay. So you have to know, I'm never going to need this. no matter what happens. So you get this trust, and we'll talk about revocable. The revocable trust that I can change if I want. I'll put my house in there, and what I have to do when I put my house in there, I leave the lawyer. So if I don't do it for you, you have to make sure that you're asking that lawyer, who's going to put my stuff in the trust? I got a trust. It's like a book bag. Okay, you've seen book bags. Some of you have book bags. Your children have book bags. You put everything that you want in the trust in that book bag. The book bag is the trust. If you don't put it in there, if you don't place it inside of the book bag, you don't have a trust. You just got a piece of paper. So don't let any lawyer give you a trust and they haven't placed anything in the trust. They haven't put anything in that book bag. Because if you don't put anything in it, it's empty. And you don't want to walk around with an empty bag thinking that you got a trust. No, you just have papers that are called a trust. So you put your house in there. You say, I want to put my house in the trust. You'll put your house in that trust. And how do you do that? The lawyer has to do a deed for you. And please, caveat, don't do your own deed. Don't do your own deed. It is not a good idea. I had somebody in here before this morning, who they did their own deed, and now it's not set up the way they wanted to set up. It's not going to, they're paying taxes that they may not have had to pay if they hadn't done what they did. So be careful trying to do these things on your own. Unless you have a law degree, then go for it. If you don't, you might want to consult with an attorney. So that trust that you're going to have, it's going to avoid probate. It's yours as long as you live, and you get to make changes to it if it's irrevocable. And you can change it, add people, take them away, add the new baby that your daughter had or that you had. You get to make all of those kinds of training. When you pass away, that trust becomes irrevocable. Can't change it. Nobody can change it. Whatever's on there, if you said give my grandson everything, then your grandson gets everything. When is a trust good? You mentioned a grandson, Sherlon. Yes, that is a good reason to have a trust. If you have a child that's very young, under the age of 18, they're not an adult. They can't inherit anything. So you put it in a trust. In that trust, you get to say, when my grandson, Henry, reaches the age of 21, he's going to get $2,100. When he graduates college, he's going to get $5,000. If he goes to college, graduates with honors, I'm going to give him $10,000. So you get to say what they're going to get and when they're going to get it. And you can do that. They don't have to be underage. You can do that when you got a child that's, we call it a spendthrift document, right, in your trust. This child, they spend money like crazy. I had a lady the other day, she said, oh, my little daughter, she like nice purses too much. So yeah, I want to do that because she's not going to spend all my money on Louis Vuitton. So she gets so much every year, right? We're talking about maintaining a legacy here, and that's a way to do that, right? Because your money continues on long after you are gone, is what a trust allows. Another good reason to have a trust is if you have property out of state. If you have property out of state and you come to me and we're going to we did a will, and so now it's probate time and I'm here with your children, I would do the probate in Florida because I'm a Florida lawyer. The Georgia property needs a Georgia lawyer. So in Georgia, we do the probate here. In Georgia, they're going to do what they call an ancillary probate. That's two different probates. That's more money. You don't want that. So just know that one way or the other, you're going to have to pay. And you're paying for what? What are you paying for? You're paying for peace of mind. Can we all say peace of mind? Who doesn't want peace of mind? In the world that we're living in today, there are days when I long for peace of mind. I want to look at the news and I don't want to hear the drama. I want to come to work and I don't want to have to hear families fighting when they were so close, when their mother was here, their father was here. No, I want peace of mind. I want to give them peace of mind. That's what this is about. So I want to offer you peace of mind, right? Here at McWhorter Law, where we're located, here in Miami Gardens, we're at the Oasis Building, 640. Actually, we moved. We're at 620 Northwest 183rd Street in Suite 200 on the second floor. It's the only two-story building here on 183rd. You will have our information, a phone number, and all of that for you so that you can contact us should you need to do that. Consultations for you are free. You're not going to have to pay for that at all. I will talk to you. And my staff tells me, Sherlon, you tell them too much. But you know what? For me, I'm retired. I told you that I had a very good career. I'm retired. And so my goal here is to help those people who need it. And for you to understand and know that whether you do estate planning or not, you're going to die. That's a fact. So this Thanksgiving, I encourage you to talk to your family members, talk to them about estate planning, to encourage them to do it. Tell them about this lawyer that you spoke to that shared lots of information with you about estate planning and how you all need it so that you can maintain your family legacy, so that you can pass on the things that you own, the things that you care the most about to the people that you love the most. That's what this is about. You've been a great audience. What I'm going to do, Ann McNeil is such an awesome person, and she invited me to do this. I've known her for many years. I appreciate her, and I certainly appreciate what she's doing and sharing this kind of information to you. As a result, I have Kathy, I don't know, it says McWhorter Law second, or no, you can't see her, but Kathy's on the line. If you call for Kathy, and the next, probably, I don't know, if you call Kathy within the next, probably by Monday. If you call Kathy by Monday, by 5 o'clock Monday, and you say that you were a part of this recording or you were a part of this presentation, then Kathy will certainly allow you to sign up, and she will also, we will make sure that you get a discount, a 10% discount on all of our services. Thank you and have a great day. And certainly I'm here to answer any questions if you like.
Oh, Sherlyn, you did such a phenomenal job. We have here no questions, actually, but we are streaming live, and we want the world to know and hear what you had to share. So for all of you that's listening live, you have until Monday to contact her office. And could you repeat the information of how they can contact you, please?
Yes, I think she, uh-oh, put it
Well,
in the chat.
right, but they can't see it on YouTube. They can't see the chat.
Okay, so reach us at
at
1-800-391 48. I'm trying to give you the wrong number there. Hold on. Let me give you the 305 433 4900. 305 433 4900.
Awesome. We have a number of individuals who have already gone through, and they're just commenting on the phenomenal job that you did, and how that we're going to share this with others so they can also share it with family and friends, because you broke it down so very well that I do believe that even children, if you will, I believe that children can understand exactly. They're commenting in the back while I'm talking. Children can even understand what you shared. So just want to thank you, and we're giving everybody your contact information so they can reach out to you directly. All right, so thank you so very much, and want to say to everybody, yes, please, whatever you do, comment, like, and share this YouTube, subscribe, but also share this link, which is why we decided to do this quickly, and share it with the world so that you can go to YouTube and you can access this link. And I'm just sharing here in the room that we're going to send this link out to all of them so they can also make sure they share it with their family and friends. It's critical that we do that. So just want to make sure that we all know, like she said, you're going to die. Okay? Don't know when, don't know where. Don't know when, don't know where, but it's going to happen. And our desire is, as best as we can, as a part of the McNeil Factor Life and Legacy Business Retreat, at least once a year, we are here to help remind you that we want to bring you the resources to live a better quality of life in every area of your life. And like Sherlyn said, give you peace that surpasses all understanding, that when you're gone, you know that all is well. So Sherlyn, thank you so very much, and we'll connect with you offline. So everybody,
have a great day.
All right, everybody. Thank you.